Hi, Jake. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Welcome. Hello, Flacurona. Don't know how you pronounce that, but welcome in. I think I just saw you on a live or something, so. Anyway. So I'll just put it on to TikTok as well, so. Yeah, how you doing, everybody? Oh, I don't know who that is. I don't care. Yeah, I'm just doing my own thing right now, so. How you doing? Oh, really? Well, I'm not going up on anyone else's live right now, so. Yeah. How are you doing, everybody? Hope you're all well. What's everybody up to today? Thank you for the follow, Adela. Nice one. We'll play a bit of this thing, isn't it? Hope you're all having a good day today, everybody. Welcome in here. I'm just playing an instrument called the mouth harp. Yeah, it's called the mouth harp. Oh, thank you. How you doing, Chumpy? Hello, King Messi. Hello, Samsunga. How's it going? Yeah, it's called the mouth harp. JR dash. Hello, Alisa. How you doing today? Yeah. Hello, Ashwat Narayanan. Hello, Jambi. I'm from the UK. Nice to meet you all. Yeah, it's not really like for playing a lot of different music. You can just make a few sounds with it, but it's not the most versatile thing. Yeah, I do the throat. That kind of stuff. There's also the hello Gucci, thank you. Hello Denny. How's it going? Oh yeah, Ghost Trident. How you doing? So step power, I don't know what that is. No, it's Northern England, really. Not Birmingham. If I was from Birmingham, I'd sound like that, wouldn't I? Can I have some chips and gravy? Penguin sound, I don't know. What do penguins even sound like? I don't even know. Hit the like button, everybody. Thank you. Hello, comments on that. Okay, can you just stop with the nonsense? Yeah, I don't. It sounds like I'm from Birmingham. I have to put on this accent to sound Birmingham. Yeah. Hope everyone's having a good day anyway. Don't touch your screens, everybody. Hello, Sahilindora. How you doing? Hello, Spartacus. Donald Trump, but you're fake news. Donald Trump is a great guy. He's a very, very tremendous guy.
But I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope that you come to your senses one day and realize that you're wrong. You're so wrong. You're wronger than you're wronger than almost everybody in the entire world.
Ben Dale, how you doing today? Hit the like, subscribe if you're new here.
Yeah, I'm the one who's right. I'm right about everything. Nobody can outsmart me. I'm smarter than everybody.
Hello, OG Kicks. How you doing today?
I have a 200 IQ. That's no fake news. .200 Mensa score. No fake news.
How you doing, people? Hope you're all well today. Say hello if you're watching. Hello, whoever's just joined. Welcome in. Hang on. Who's this? Right, who's watching? Thank you for the follow. Ole Yinka. Natu, thank you for the likes. How you doing today? Hope everyone's well. Yeah. Thank you for following Nalu. Yeah, so on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. Lovely deep voice. Oh, thank you.
I got a very deep voice. It's like deeper than the Mariana Trench.
Hello, William.
No, I am your God. You better bow down to me. You all better worship me or...
Oh, goodness. Anyway. No name anyway. Hello, Jonathan. He's doing that a little too well. That's what she said. Oh, God. Yeah. How you doing, Jonathan? In Donald we trust. There you go. What other impressions can I do? Well, I can do lots of different impressions, like the Chris Eubank impression. I'm a former boxer, a retired boxer. I did some great. I got some great achievements boxing. Yeah. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're all well today. Thank you for the follow. www. Hope you're all well. Anyway, welcome in here. Show this out if you can. Official Madiamini, how you doing? Thank you. Yeah, I know like people say I don't smile very much, but that's just how I am. Why are you talking like that? I talk however I want to. I can change my voice up and talk however I want to. Whenever I want to. I can do lots of different voices, you know? Maybe I should be a voice actor, you know? Yeah, maybe I should. I can put on lots of different voices. Yeah. Fridge freezer, talk to me. Talk to the hand! Gazi Chopper! Stalwart, how you doing? Oh, really? Anyway, nice to meet you all. Hope you're all well today. So as you can.
Hello there, Star-Lord. Hello, Lord Pepitas.
Hello, Carolina. How you doing? You alright? Nice to meet you all. I'm doing fine, thank you. Where are you from, by the way, anyway? Yeah, I'm feeling alright today, you know, just kind of...
Get the chopper!
yeah.
Hasta vista, baby!
Yeah, thank you for the follow, Lydia. Have you heard about what he talks about the pump, doesn't he? Ib's son loves you from Wales. What's occurring? What's your name? Hello, Mish from Denmark. Hello, Dominic. I'm from the UK. Where are you from? Hello, Sheep. What's a tumour? Thank you for the follow, Vanessa. Nice to meet you all. Yeah, I hope you're all having a great day. What's everyone up to? Yeah. Is there any good philosophers that you think I should check out? Because I need to look into some more of that kind of stuff. Thank you for the likes, Isabella. I know I like people to talk about Carl Jung. I was gonna look at some quotes from Carl Jung last night. Let's have a look at some of them, shall we? Hi, Dhruva. How you doing? And we've got the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. So this is what it's about, like being, you know, sort of true to yourself, you know, instead of trying to live for other people. You know, that's what a lot of people do. That because there was that thing, you know, the American Psycho. I was actually watching a bit of a video talking about how the American Psycho was actually a warning for today. Because 25 years ago when that was released, it's like, oh really, Amir Rosh, whatever it is. There was like Patrick Bateman in American Psycho, the way that he was, you know, back then was just seen as like really, really vain and just kind of obsessed over his looks at Crimson. But it's like, that shit's normal today. Like, we've got all this looks maxing, you've got people like Clavicular, who really don't have a personality, and they're just kind of, their whole focus is on their looks. It's just, that is what we should be promoting. Like, yeah, focus on your looks to a degree, and obviously you want to take care of yourself to a certain extent, but not at the expense of other things, I would say. You have to find a balance with everything in life, so, yeah. Well, that's the thing. People are trying to impress everybody. They're just trying to, you know, or they're trying to compete with other people, especially if they live in areas where, like, for example, some of them live in Miami where it's really bad. Hello, Manav Bhagat. How you doing? Clavicular. Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. It's just, what the hell? Yeah, I don't know. It's, he's this picture-perfect guy who has to take drugs to achieve it, lol. What a loser. I know exactly, right? Like, and he doesn't really have a personality, in my opinion. Like, that's just, I'm not saying that to be, like, hateful or anything. That's just, you know, when you have to, like, so focus so much on your looks, you probably don't really have a personality, or you're just an awkward person or something. It's like, there are more important things to focus on than hyper-obsessing over little details. Hello, Kevin. Oh, I've got to make sure to, you know, do all these different skincare routines every day and whatever. I just think, like, if anything, if you do end up getting with somebody, they're probably going to see that as a red flag. Clavicular is just this looks maxer who's very, like, obsessed with his looks. Kind of like, if you've ever seen American Psycho, like Patrick Bateman, really, like, obsessed with his looks and just, like, superficial qualities because that's what society has led him to. And then some say it's like a warning of what we're at now in present times. Lillian, I don't know about, I mean, Charlie Kirk, I just feel like he was quite a polarizing guy. He had some controversial opinions and stuff, but thank you for the follow, Marisol. But you know, I still don't condone what happened to him or anything, but I mean, but then it's like, obviously, if you think you look good, that can help, but it's like, but there's like a point where there's diminishing returns, and it's like, when you're so like self-critical about your looks, and you can actually feel more insecure about your looks, because the more you're focusing on it, the more you're focusing on flows. You should just learn to like see the bigger picture and kind of see yourself as a whole, rather than just focusing on your looks. Because a lot of these people don't actually have real confidence, and they haven't actually built anything of meaning in their life to really kind of, all they're doing is they have this kind of very kind of flimsy kind of confidence that can easily be broken. Hello, Gigatron. Oh yeah, friggin' arm wrestler. I mean, hello, Miss Peg singing Chef K. How you doing? Hope you're well. Hello, Marcel. Hope you're well today. So there's a point of diminishing returns, I believe. When you're so focused on your looks, then you're probably less likely to focus on other things that are of more importance. And when you're basing your whole confidence on minor details of how you look, then I think there's a problem there. I think true confidence comes from actually doing things of value in the world. Thank you for the follow, BB Provi. Oh, Moonchild. The thing with looks is that it can be taken away at any moment. It's the best to be not too attached to it. I mean, I don't think clean shaven is necessary. Like you should just kind of look however you want to look. You shouldn't be there to try and impress everyone. There'll always be somebody that likes the way that you look. Some might actually prefer the so like, you know, some people might prefer the more kind of rugged kind of look. Everyone's got their own preferences. It should be more about your values and more about who you are beyond that. Although the Queen, of course, you know, kind of, yeah. I don't care what most like. I think you're just here to try and cause arguments, to be honest. It really can't be asked. Yeah, I just think, yeah, maximum is subjective. Exactly. They're just trying to, like, I don't know. I just think he's just trying to antagonize. It's like, this whole idea of trying to maximize for most people means that you're trying to pander. Hey, the Queen, what's your name anyway? Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I'm doing all right, thank you. Hope you are too. Trying to pander to the majority, but it's like, you don't need to be attractive to the majority, do you? All that matters is you're attractive to the right one who's attracted to you for you. But like, people have this kind of insecure mindset about things, thinking that, oh well, if I don't do this, then I'm gonna be attracted to less. Why does that matter? Because there'd be many out there that will be attracted to you for you. So that's, you know, like the thing. It's like, okay, well, if you're attracted to half as many, does that matter? Because as long as you're being true to yourself, then you'll find the right one that's aligned with your values and being yourself. Yeah, exactly. If you're trying to appeal to other people, you're just gonna feel like you're being performative. And if you're trying to, like, you know, do all these skincare routines, like spending an excessive amount of time on your looks, then there's a point where that just it can actually become a red flag to a lot of people, because you're actually seen as just someone who's quite vain, and usually that's a sign that, yeah. Very true, and some, they lose themselves along the way by trying to impress other people, yeah. where do I think the universe come from? Well, maybe it didn't come from anywhere. I mean, I've been thinking about this sort of stuff that there's a whole bunch of different theories out there, but I mean, we can kind of speculate about where it all come from, but it's yeah. Who's to say it came from anywhere? If it just, I don't know, like maybe it just came from a thought or something. Maybe that's how it started. Or maybe thought and the universe came at the same time. Like, I've been looking into this thing called observer-dependent reality. The idea that consciousness and well, yeah, exactly. It's depending on cultures and things, that there's different preferences. Mental, physical, and spiritual. Yeah. Whatever, just go away, you know. I mean, I don't know if you like trying to talk to me about my skin or something, or I just think there's a point where, you know, kind of where it becomes like diminishing returns. Like if you're spending more than a few minutes every day on your even more than a couple of minutes a day on your skin, then that's time that could be spent elsewhere. But I'm not here to try and, you know, sort of waste time trying to max out every single area of looks just to try and appeal to somebody else. It's all about priorities. We have a limited time here on Earth. So why would I want to spend all that time just hyper-obsessing over skincare? Cleanliness is next to godliness. I guess that depends on how you define cleanliness. It could be in terms of a clean conscience or something like that, or cleanliness has different connotations. So it's a subjective one. So what do we actually mean by that? It's like people can extrapolate different things from it, but anyway. It's like, if you want to do skincare, do it for you, is what I'd say. Like, if you don't want to, then don't do it, you know? It's like, if people want to eat healthy, eat healthy. If you don't want to eat healthy, then, you know what I mean? You shouldn't be doing it for other people. You should be doing it for you, if you want to do it. If you think it's important to you, do it. That's my take on it anyway. Hello, matcha latte. How you doing? But anyway, I don't know. Crimson. Hello, Rhino J. Sorry, Jubert. Whatever that is. What do you mean? What am I doing? I'm not much at the moment. Just trying to chat about some stuff at the moment. Just going on about this whole looks maxing obsession and stuff like that. Like just where people become obsessed with minor details, and I think being in good shape is good. It's probably gonna be yeah. Well, yeah, the mind, body, and spirit, yeah. But yeah, what was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying. But anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Hello, JMB Frosty. Like the looks maxing thing was, yeah, I mean, it's just internet culture and mogging and whatever kind of crap. Oh, 10 angry cabbages. But a lot of these men end up looking like women, kind of almost. like they start to get like feminized features and stuff. So if you want to go for that, cool. But yeah, hello, Cyberball. Hope you well. This is EA Sports. It's in the game. Hello, Fuwas Gale. Hello, Zhang. Hope you're all doing well today anyway. Where's everybody from? I mean, you know, people do what they'll do, you know. Oh, really, Druva? What's that? Hello, Princess Smith Mercado. Hello, the Graces. Princess from the Philippines, nice to meet you. Hello, Nitish from India. Hope you're well today. JMB Frost, it says no shot. What do you mean, no shot? What are you talking about? Hello, Sadia. Yeah, there you go. But the thing is that a lot of people think that, oh, well, if you look good, then you don't need to have any other things going for you. That's the problem. And they end up like, yeah, they end up just with, you know what I mean? They're trying to leverage the looks. Yeah, it can get your foot in the door, as they say, but then if you've got no personality, you've got no other things going for you, then good luck with that. God don't rap. How do you know he doesn't rap? Hello, Karen. How you doing? I hope you're well today. Nice to meet you. Welcome. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, hit follow. That would be really appreciated. So, yeah. What do you all want to talk about today then? I don't know, the whole like, yeah, thank you for the follow, Karen. So, yeah, the skincare, like I say, you know, if people want to do that, they should do it for themselves. Like, if it makes you feel comfortable, but if you like, yeah, I mean, maybe I should do a bit more, but yeah. But I just don't really bother with all that shit. Hello, Lime Mosquito. How you doing? Hello, Cold Lucky. Hope you're well. Nice to meet you all. I mean, I was actually before thinking about just doing some about the acne scars, but I was just listening to all these trolls and whatever, and all these negative people who were trying to put things in my head. So it was like not even like a concern of mine until these people tried to make me feel insecure about it. Oh yeah, people say I have a monotone voice, but I can't really help that. Thank you for the follow, L. Grow my beard out, really? Huh. Well, some might say that growing my beard is bad or something. Yeah. I'm bluffing, am I? What you done about? Thank you, Karen. Thank you for the likes, Andre. Hope you're all having a good day so far. What's everybody up to? Let's have a drink. Hi, Shani Michael. Or is it, I don't know what it is. But anyway, welcome in. Hope you're well. You hours. What do you mean? Is it the time you mean? 12:35 p.m. Anyway. I'm doing fine, thank you, Detroit. Hope you're well. Hello, React Tube. How you doing? Maybe I'll play this again or something. Hello, Mella. How you doing? Thank you, Karen. Hit that like button, everybody. Subscribe. Hello, Seg. I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you? Yeah. Thank you for following, Mella. Hello, Simarana. Nice to meet you. How you doing? Thank you, React to. What's your name? Chelsea. Thank you for the follow. Nice to meet you all. I didn't expect to see you in that other live the other day. Or was it Lions Fix It shop? Yeah. Yeah, it was good to see you in there. Hello, 108 Cosmic Energy. It's called a mouth harp. Yeah. Hello, SS07 Almighty Push. Yeah, I know it's deep. My voice is deeper than the Mariana Trench. Take care, Karen. Have a good one. Hello, Nat. Aren't you the one that keeps trolling or something? Thank you for the follow, Hiskia. You already followed, didn't you? I don't know, but anyway. It's raw. Thank you for that. I'm sure I've seen you before. Lions, yes, Simon followed him for a while. Oh, really? I didn't know that. How long ago was that? Was that from here, or did you follow him from somewhere else? Did you just happen to? I don't know. Thank you for follow, Eric. Yeah. There was the other week that I subbed to him, but because he came on here and then like I didn't know you was followed, but yeah. Sometimes the algorithm pushes out people from the same channels and stuff. Thank you for follow, Val. Rob from Depression talks on. Oh yeah, I've heard of that channel, but thank you for the rose, Val. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I do a lot of workouts and stuff. I went really hard the other day, actually. Yeah. Oh, Sophia. Yeah. Sophia's, yeah, what's she called? So, yeah. Hippie Sophia, whatever it is, yeah. Hello, Aurora Rose. Kind of. We're getting there. I've actually learned to do the kneeling jump, and that's been working those deeper ab muscles, like the what they call the transverse abdominis. And I've had this kind of DOMS that I've never had before there, so it must be doing something, because I think that was what caused it. So I'm looking into it, because it requires a lot of core strength to like stabilize the movement, basically, going from the kneeling position to like the squat position. Thank you for the follow, Al Batin. So yeah, it requires a lot of core stability. So I did quite a few reps of that, and it just ended up like, yeah, still feel some DOMS around here, sort of area, deep inside the abdominals. So that's said to help kind of get this like corset effect, kind of like tightening that area up. So guys, if you have like what they call like a pooch belly, where even if you're quite lean and it's kind of distended, it might actually be that you actually have weak transverse abdominis muscles. I'm kind of got 4, I guess, but yeah, we're getting there. It's just about what valuable information do you offer during your Q&A? I mean, it's kind of like health and fitness and stuff like that. So if you've got any questions that you want to ask, then feel free to bring it up. Either I or maybe somebody in the chat can help, but it's all about trying to just share information and stuff. And yeah, but if there's any specific goals that you have that are related to health and fitness and things like that, as well as some like mental health potentially, but I'm not always going to be the best to answer some of these things. But anyway, optimal blood pressure for adults, 120 over 80. So that's like, yeah, so 120 is systolic, what is it called? No, not diastolic. It's called systolic blood pressure. So you've got 120 is the higher number, so yeah, and then 80 the diastolic blood pressure. But yeah, basically like, yeah, that's what the kind of generally a healthy range for like adults, from what I understand. Hello Frenchie, how you doing? I hope you're well. So things like, you know, too much salt, excess body fat, there's a few different things that can spike blood pressure, but there are things that you can do to somewhat reduce blood pressure, like by lowering sodium intake, lowering your weight. Also, taking nitric oxide boosters like beetroot juice, dark leafy green vegetables, or taking something like citrulline, which has a similar effect of like increasing nitric oxide. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, weight, yeah. So having too much like body weight. I mean, but yeah, especially body fat as you get older, that can really have a negative effect, because especially like visceral fat and high levels of cholesterol. So yeah. I've always had normal BP now, and again, it can go low. Yeah. So do you get symptoms from it being low? Because I was thinking that if it's low and you don't get any negative symptoms, wouldn't that be better? I don't know. Like, it comes down to like, because maybe your heart can become quite efficient at like, but if you're feeling dizzy, that's not good. My liver is yellow and I'm not that overweight, just a bit. So, is that something to do with like cirrhosis or something? That doesn't sound good. You don't drink alcohol or take it? Seg says sometimes. Yeah. Low BP can mean you're healthy as well. So it depends on each individual, because some people might be able to get away with having a lower blood pressure, I guess, if they're more efficient with oxygen or something and stuff like that, and not with oxygen, but more just efficient with their heart. I mean, like more, the heart can work with less effort, basically, is what I'm saying. That it can pump blood with less force. Ideally, you want to get it to a point of, let's look at, say, like athletes, for example, what their blood pressure would be like, because they've obviously got very efficient hearts. It says often well below 120 over 80 due to enhanced cardiovascular efficiency, though they can still experience hypertension. While resting levels are low, systolic blood pressure can rise significantly to 200 to 220 during maximal exertion, with diastolic pressure remaining stable. So this is what I mean, like, you can be still healthy with a low blood pressure, depending on, if you're very fit, your heart's going to be more efficient. But yeah, if you're someone with low blood pressure, but you're not generally that healthy, then that's probably not a good thing. That could mean that you're not getting enough energy or something, and yeah. Who's Mikey? Do you recommend any health tests for the average person? I would just say, like, what kind of health tests I mean, I would say go to the doctor if you want to find out. But there are things like, like body fat, tests and things like that that you could get, I guess, like DEXA scans and stuff like that, but they're not actually 100% accurate. Maybe skin fold calipers might be an option. That's a kind of cheaper option it's not 100% accurate either, but it can give you an idea at least in terms of like, because it doesn't tell you visceral fat, that's the only thing. You'd have to kind of do a rough guess on that. But visceral fat is the most important one to cut down on, basically. Hello, acoustic, not seen you for a while, hope you're well. Yeah, you want to make sure that hello, everybody. Okay, Joshua. I've seen a lot of blood tests. Oh, really? Oh, good to see you. I'm alright, thank you. So how do I pronounce your name then? Thank you, acoustic. What are you up to today? Have you been practicing your guitar and stuff? Well, yeah, just keep going with that, innit? Oh, piano. Oh, yeah, cool. How are you getting on with that and singing? Yeah, how are you getting on with all that? Yeah. Oh, you quit your job? Oh, really? What are you doing now? Are you taking up that full time or something, or? But I was just going to talk about how if you train like the inner ab muscles, like the transverse abdominis, that's going to help to tighten up your stomach, make it look more like kind of. It actually can make it look leaner, basically, is what they're saying. Because some people end up, even if they're quite lean, they have a pooch belly, because they've got weak abdominal muscles. I'm not talking about the superficial ones like the six-pack muscle. I'm talking about the ones deeper inside. And they tend to like tighten it up like kind of like a corset. You know how sometimes you get a woman like wear a corset to try and give her that kind of hourglass shape with the narrow waist and all that. But it said that if you strengthen those muscles, you have this natural kind of corset effect of tightening up that area. Oh, really? Acoustic. What happened to that then? Did you just stop training it, or was it just as you got older, it just kind of? Oh no, that's not good, John Smith. Okay. Okay, let's just lager vodka. Oh yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? That's the full. There's a lot of calories in it, isn't it? That's the thing. Alcohol is full of calories. So I remember there was this guy who was trying to lose weight, but then it's like he was saying, "But I don't actually eat that much food." But he drank a lot of alcohol though, so he was probably like, yeah, that was probably why he was struggling to lose weight, because he was drinking all this alcohol. Thank you for the follow, Jess27. Like he had like a bit of a belly on him, and it's like this kind of hello Teresa, how you doing? Do you have the feeling sometimes that you don't fulfill your potential lately? I'm feeling it a lot, and it's eating me from inside. Yeah, sometimes I'm feeling like the clock is ticking and all that. Only so much time left, Hello, Chig. Veralf. I don't know how you pronounce it, but welcome in. Hope you're well. No, don't play Clash of Clans now. Oh, you've lost 2 stone. Oh, well done. That's good then. Yeah. Getting X-rays next week. Oh, cool. Good luck with that. Archie, thank you for the follow. How you doing today? Nice to meet you all. Keep the chat flowing, everybody. Have a drink. Who's still in the live then? Hello, Angela. How you doing? Hope you're well today. Nice to meet you. What do you all want to talk about, everybody? But yeah, this transverse abdominis muscle, it's got some proper. I've had some DOMs in that muscle, like when I tried like getting up out of bed, it's like I could really feel the these muscles around here. It goes all the way down to like towards the pelvis. Hello, Faye Hughes. Hope you're well. Nice to meet you. So they're doing those like kneeling jumps. It's a good one for that, I found. Hello, Javanese women. How you doing? You alright? So yeah, we'll see what happens with to get this like corset in effect, and it just kind of causes my waist to get slim and whatever. Hello, Ria's Light. Oh really? Hello, Amy, Darren. How you doing? Hope you're well. Oh, good. That's good then, acoustic. Good to hear it. Yeah, just keep on with it. You know, you'll get there. Yeah. Hello, Beatrice. How you doing? Hope you're well today. Nice to meet you. Check out my long form videos, guys, on YouTube, if you can. Heaven, good to see you again. How are you doing today? Hope you're well. I need to put 1 stone on. I'm 9 stone. Oh, I thought you meant that you wanted to lose weight. Because I thought you said about wanting to get the... What do you mean you want to build muscle or something? Is that what you're saying that you want to do? Trying to like... Oh, you was 11 stone. So you meant you've lost... So you meant you lost weight and you lost the 6-pack. Is that what you're saying? Like, because... Oh, you don't eat anymore. Yeah, you need to start eating more then. So I thought you meant like that you was getting a lot of calories from alcohol or something, and that's why you was like losing the definition or something. But I suppose if you're too skinny, then it can be hard to see the definition. They'll get some guy who's like 7, 8 stone, and it's like they might be like 5, 6% body fat, let's say for example, and they still can't see any abs there because they just have no muscle there to show. I weigh myself, I think I've lost 1 or 2 stone in the last 5 years. Yeah, you just want to like be careful, not let it get too low. No, I'm English. Hello, Leah. How you doing? Hope you're well. Yeah, good afternoon. Hope you're having a good day today. Nice to meet you all. Share the live out if you can. Thank you. Right. Hello, E. How you doing? You alright? Jerome. I'm Jamie, not Jerome. Seg says, yeah, what's that? Oh, really? Okay. I don't know, just go away then. Can't be asked for these stupid comments, you know? Anyway, do 96 push-ups in 1 hour, 16 push-ups every 10 minutes starting now. Yeah, I'm not doing that now, but you can do that. Yeah. I did a few push-ups last night, actually. Hello, Swore Fuper. Hello, Noel RQP. Who said anything about Sprite? I used to drink Sprite, actually. No, I don't really do a lot of protein shakes. I have done them a few times, but I don't do that very often. Anyway, is everyone okay? Hope you're having a good day so far. What is it with all these people, eh? So random. I have gas stuck in my pelvis, that's not good. Yeah, maybe try and drink some fluids or something, I don't know. That's what tends to help, I think. But I'm not a doctor, but slowly drink fluids and just kind of let the gases kind of pass through or something. I don't know. I don't know if that would work, but... Okay, why don't you just like, you know, if you're going to be negative and all that, just try and find some positivity in your own life instead of trying to put that negativity onto other people. Anyway, My shed is leaking like a typhoon. Oh no, that's not good. Who's given up? Why don't you just go away? Negative people, just go away. Hi, Pepe, how you doing? Hello, Yeti, how's it going? Welcome. If you're new here, subscribe, follow, that'd be really appreciated. Yeah. What's everyone want to talk about then? Anyone got any topics or anything that you want to discuss? Oh, Pixie. Yeah, just so, welcome in everyone. Yeah, is everyone okay? Welcome in. Is the Epstein files real? As far as I'm aware. But I just feel like it's being put out just to try and kind of, I don't know, it feels like they're trying to condition the masses just to kind of, I don't know, get desensitized to it. Yeah, it's messed up, isn't it? Yeah, full of sugar, alcohol. Yeah, alcohol is actually higher in calories than sugar. What do you mean acoustic? Spare me advice, question mark, what do you mean? Yeah. I don't understand like why someone would do that, but it's just everyone's got their own different, kind of mental kind of state, haven't they? Yeah, so we've all got our own sort of hello Chromo. Hope you're well. What are you saying? No, I'm not doing that. I know time does go so quick. Hello, whoever that is, welcome in here. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. That would be really appreciated. What does everyone want to talk about then? I don't know. Just kind of like, if anyone's got any questions, health, fitness, that kind of stuff, well-being, spirituality, philosophy, that kind of stuff. There's people actually going missing around here. Well, isn't there like a crazy number of children that go missing like every year, and only like there's quite a lot that like, never get resolved. A lot don't get resolved. So, alright, let's get rid of that. So you think like what's happening with all these cases that never get resolved? You know what I mean? It's like, could it be some kind of like the elites kidnapping them? We just don't know really. That sounds like conspiracy theories, but you don't know what kind of sacrifices are going on, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on. How do I sleep at night? Have you got like insomnia or something? I would just try to like lower like stimulation like an hour or so before bed. Like turning off blue lights and stuff. If you're struggling to get to sleep, that might help some people, but hello Kayla, thank you for the likes. Because a lot of people get overstimulated with like blue light and like TV or whatever they're on the devices, scrolling and whatever, and turning all that stuff off can help some people. You're right, Kayla. Do some meditation, maybe. Thank you for the follow, Kayla. Yeah. TikTok, like for trolls, just as bad. Yeah, it can be at times. Just depends. I mean, there's been a few in there, but it's not been too bad. But it can get really bad sometimes. Depends on like the day, really. But Is the secrets in the movies? I think so. I mean, there's that whole thing with like Simpsons predicting things apparently. Like for example, the Simpsons predicted 9/11, and you think, wow, that is kind of creepy, isn't it? Like Simpsons predict 9/11. I mean, but people say, oh, well, they didn't really, did they? So it says about it's about the $9 next to the World Trade Center towers, which critics argue looks like 9/11. Showrunners labeled this as an eerie coincidence, explaining the $9 price was chosen for humor and the image was simply a NYC landmark. But it's like, it just seems a bit too coincidental, doesn't it? Like, what is the chances that you have a $9 bill with the Twin Towers 11, like 9/11? It's like, not sure about that. All this on. It's like they just want us to believe that all things are just coincidences. Oh, Seg, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm AI. Yeah. Hello, Rich Stever. Thank you for the likes. So, yeah, who knows, Acoustic? Maybe he is. Hello, Obi. As I remember that the people were saying the Austrian painter might have escaped to Argentina. We just don't really know. Like, there's... Essie, thank you for the follow. It's like there's... As they say, history is written by the winners and all that, but then again... I don't know. It's maybe it was just... who knows, really? Who knows what really went down with, like, history? Do I believe in theories? Well, theories depends on, like, what theory it is. I mean, some theories have more credibility than others, I think. When you're on about conspiracy theories, well, I think, like, there's... you know, there's some good ones, but then there's some, like, not so good ones, isn't there? What are you saying, Flaccarona? Yeah, I don't know what it is, really. Yeah, you get all these trolls and stuff. Just kind of, like, try and deal with it and stuff, but this gets kind of draining, but yeah. Seems like some people just have nothing better to do. AR Keypot, thank you for the follow. Well, funnily enough, I'm not at home all day, Texas. I've got other things going on, so... But nice try. I mean, I was actually out last night doing other stuff, so... Hello, Kirsty. Alright. Yeah, I do live on my own, yeah. Yeah, conspiracy theories are like, it's one of those things that there's some good ones, but then there's some ridiculous ones as well. It's like, there's some that I just feel like people have too much time on their hands, right? Reading too much into things. Alright, let's get rid of this person. They're just obviously not a real person, so... Again, one of those people that have nothing better to do. Yeah, it's just... I do think there is sick things that go on, but it's like... I feel like some of the conspiracy theories might actually be put out there to make people look crazy. I don't know, that could be a conspiracy in of itself, that some conspiracies could be a psyop. How do you differentiate? Just using discernment, basically. Like, some of it can just be disproven, you know, just through logic and reason. Like, some of it just isn't actually, like, either there's no proof of it, or, hello Lions, how you doing, I hope you're well, or it's just, it's like when people say stuff like, the virus doesn't exist. some even go as far to say no viruses exist in the way that we're told. But I'm like, they're just denying science then, at that point. If they're going to that point where they just deny that any viruses can be can be transmitted and stuff like that, then that is the point where I'm like, okay, this is just getting, kind of like to a point of pseudoscience. Yeah, I do believe that it was real, but I also believe that the way that it was dealt with was really not, sort of like good to say the least. I mean, it was very much an overreaction, to say the least, and was, I understand that some people got very, very sick, but the way that they dealt with it was just unjustified, in my opinion. And I do think that it could have been some kind of part of, like, just seeing how people would, if people would actually, sort of comply, basically, like a compliance test. Life is full of conspiracy theories, yeah. Yeah, it's the way it was presented. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. It's like, yeah, there's like, something real, but then it's like the way that they were presented. Because they did this thing where, for example, anybody that died, at least in this country anyway, anybody that died within 28 days of a positive test was put down as dying from the virus. So, and I think other countries had similar things as well, because I remember, I think there was one in New Zealand where someone died of a motorbike crash, and then their death was actually attributed to the virus because they happened to test positive. I mean, how many of those are like coincidental deaths, and how much would that have affected the actual numbers? And yeah, so we're not presented, like an actual kind of, like, if they'd actually give you a proper context of who's actually, I mean, I think they're just trying to, like, of course some people are gonna, like, unfortunately pass away, but like, I think most people's experiences of it that certain people can get very sick from it, those with underlying conditions, and unfortunately there's a few that don't seem to have underlying conditions that can get very sick as well, but yeah, once politics comes into the mixture, it creates conspiracy. What do you mean? Was the antidote good or not? I mean, I think that it was all just, some will argue that it was created for the antidote, like the whole kind of Hegelian dialectic. The recommended distance was 4 meters. Yeah, with 2 meters they were saying, weren't it? Because 4 meters would just be ridiculous. Even, it's like, anyway. I had the virus, I was finished off. I mean, 6 meters, no, it was 6 feet. Odd setup that. I mean, yeah, that's the thing that, like, the stats are all kind of like, we can't really trust anything that they put out because, like I said, they're not giving us a proper context of things, really, are they? Hello, Prince, how are you doing? Hello, John Tessico. I mean, you're as flawed. I mean, I was in a mess that week. I mean, I've heard people get sicker with the flu than that sometimes, depending on how bad the flu is that year, but like, a lot of the symptoms that I hear of people saying that they've had, like, I've heard some people, like, when they had, say, like, the Hong Kong flu or something, and some people were sick for weeks with that. So, there's different strains, and obviously, like, that virus in 2020 kept in certain people a particularly virulent strain, and kind of it all has to do with like when a new strain of virus goes through the population, those with suppressed immune systems can get quite sick, but then over time it kind of like usually will die down basically. So like, is this person just like, I mean, what is going on? Fortunately, I have reasonably high EQ, good pattern recognition. I'm vigilant and I'm skeptical, a critical thinker. That helps. But I'm not without my own bias, I suppose. Yeah, everyone has their own biases. That's the thing. It's like, you know, whether it's politics or certain ideologies that people believe in. It's like we have to try and be impartial and all that. But the point is that the way that it was dealt with, like, surely there was better ways to, even if you say that it was pretty bad and whatever, but like, there was definitely better ways to deal with it than what they did. Sweden, I think, had a better way of dealing with things. Look at how they dealt with it. And their numbers were actually relatively quite decent for the rest of Europe, actually. So people want to try and cherry pick and say, oh, well, look at it compared to other countries in Scandinavia. But then if you look at it in the broader picture, it seems to be like not that much different. So I think a lot of it comes down to just, now some people might say, oh, but Swedish people were obedient and all that. But it's like, well, but then I'm thinking, well, if you, I mean, if people were not obedient in this country, then why did they even fall for the lockdown shit anyway? Like, if that was their reason to lock everything down because people in this country aren't obedient, then wouldn't everyone have just kind of just ignored the orders and just kind of, you know what I mean? I don't know really. Because I read that was what their argument was, that why Sweden didn't lock down, because the people over there were obedient, that they obey authority or something like that. I mean, I was like 19th on the list of the worst pandemics in history. It was tiny. Well, yeah, in terms of like, relatively speaking, it's like if you look at things like Black Death or the plague or the Spanish flu, it doesn't even come close. Like, people get so kind of like, exaggerate things, and like, because if people have gone through times where they've had like things relatively comfortable, then as soon as there's a thing that kind of is a bit out of the ordinary, they suddenly start panicking. Hello, Tiger, how you doing? Because we had it for a while where things weren't really kind of going on, and then suddenly, But what are you saying? What's a scam? I don't know, but anyway, it's just I mean, surely, like, you know, they could have just done something better with like it all, and kind of protect the vulnerable people, of course, and just kind of allow the rest to kind of decide for themselves, like, if they want to, you know, take that risk. It should come down to the individual if they want to risk it, you know. But Sweden makes children naturally immune to cold on a daily basis. Scandinavia do things differently. Natural immunity. Oh yeah. How does it do that then? Hello, Kiwi. Hello, Inu Ra. Thank you for the likes. So what you mean? I don't think it was a cold. I mean, it is technically it is actually a type of cold, but it's like a particularly bad one. Because there are 4 other coronaviruses that cause the common cold. And it actually shares some similarities with other common cold coronaviruses. So in a sense you're correct, but it is a mutated strain of a virus that is or whatever. It's like anyway. Exactly, we have to make immunity so our bodies manage. Well, yeah, there is that. I thought like going out in cold weather is bad for your immune system. Like you're more likely to get sick in cold weather. But some argue about like, with the whole kind of Wim Hof stuff and like the cold showers that's supposed to be good for your immune system and all that. But then if you're doing it all the time, it could be bad. Like if your body's in the cold all the time, then that can shut down your immunity. Because it's like a chronic stressor then. Intermittent stressors, I think, are... but I've also heard that Wim Hof could be potentially responsible for a lot of deaths as well. I've heard that apparently something like 34 deaths are linked to Wim Hof. Because I was watching this guy, I can't remember what it was called. It was something like Escape the Matrix, whatever the channel was called. It was like this kind of spiritual kind of guy, but what was he called? Something like that. I mean, it's Awake from the Matrix. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I was watching a video where it was talking about spiritual leaders being kind of outed as, kind of like dodgy or whatever, is like what they was talking about. As in saying that they're not to be trusted, a lot of them. Like people like Deepak Chopra, because he's in the files, he's been exposed. But they're all in damage control now, aren't they, It is intermittent stress, but not chronic stress. I mean, exercise is good. So why shut the gyms down? Like, if... like exercise is good for your immune system, why shut the gyms? And it's like, but it causes spread, but then it's like, but then if they do catch it, then they're going to get it worse if they're not actually allowed to go to the gym. And I know some people will do more home workouts, but look how that turned out. A lot of people were not as active. They were, especially those that were, kind of forced to stay home. They couldn't go to their normal jobs and stuff. Yeah. What dumbbell do you use? I mean, it depends. Yeah, eat out to help out. Oh yeah, no. It's just stupid, isn't it? They were saying, eat out to help out the businesses or something, wasn't it? Is it because some of these businesses were like struggling, so then they were like, but then it's like, but we've got this pandemic going on or something, and they're trying to like encourage people to go and eat out or something. I mean, it just doesn't really make any sense, does it? Like, how is that going to help anything? I don't know. But it's like, I think they found actually that, it wasn't it that the R rate was actually already going down in some cases before lockdown? So I remember, I think it was, they actually looked at the graph where they were doing some analysis on it, and they had 3 lockdowns, and I think they found that the R rate, or the infection rate basically, like, was actually already starting to go down before lockdowns were implemented. Yeah, shutting down businesses permanently, things they did were blatantly on purpose. It does seem like that, doesn't it? Because it just seems convenient that a lot of businesses would get shut down, and then you look at what's happened since then, with like BlackRock, you've got all these different things that are just have been taken over. Amazon's shares, all these different companies' shares skyrocketed. Is that just a coincidence? again, it goes back to the whole thing of, do we really believe in coincidences? And obviously there can be some coincidences, but when the coincidence just seems too convenient, then creating a monopoly, that's the thing. The government will create certain scenarios like problem, reaction, solution to then make more money. You got Big Pharma making more money off this. Think companies like Pfizer and Moderna and whatever making heaps of profit. Seems a bit of a convenient sort of it's all a joke, isn't it? Yeah, Amazon's, it's just I went to a hospital during it. It was 100% serious if you had underlying health conditions previous to the virus. The lockdown was over the top though. Yeah. That's the thing with people with like underlying health problems, that they were more likely to get severe cases. But I think they should have been recommending people on like dietary advice and moving more and stuff like that. Like they should have probably like recommended people to take like a probiotic and like, or a symbiotic, I mean, to try and like boost their immune system and stuff, because that's actually got evidence to it that can actually help a lot of people. Like if you look at the actual studies on that, there is actually Thank you for the follow, Florence. Yeah. Anyway. Stock crash, currency printed, inflation, disrupt all small businesses for normalize emasculation. Yeah, that's what's been going on as well. This whole beta male, kind of new males, whatever, you know? It's like you've got men who are, like it's going back to the whole thing of men who care more about their looks than just being a man. My mum died COVID time at a funeral, was awful, only 12 allowed. I'm one of the 3 siblings. I have 3 adult children. Was very immune, dignified. Truly made a sad day worse. Yeah, that's the thing, because I remember there was one where somebody couldn't go to see their granddad's funeral, and they actually ended up unaliving themselves over it. So then they had to change the rules to accommodate more people. So it's just really cruel, isn't it? Blueberry, thank you for the follow. It's just not right, is it, you know? Like, I feel like the government is guilty of crimes against humanity. Like, the way that they deal with things is just cruel and just, yeah. But I think it's all, like the way that things have been dealt with is just unnecessary. And like, you could say, like, you could give them the benefit of the doubt with the first lockdown, but then once it got to about the second, especially the third lockdown, then you think to yourself, surely this cannot be, you know, kind of like for real at this point, as in like, are they for real? Like, are they actually just taking a piss now? Like, you could say that it was incompetence up till about, you know, a couple of months after it all properly kicked off. But then once there was more data that actually showed that it was, you know, about things, then it all just seemed to be dragged out on purpose and just kind of, like just kind of lifted and then unlifting restrictions. All felt like they were just trying to toy with people. Yeah, just like, oh, let's give you your freedom back. No, let's take it away. Let's give it you back now. Like they're trying to tease people. You know, like when you sort of like when you throw a toy or something, and then you go and like, let's say you throw a toy and then or something, or I don't know, it just lets me think about like if you have a dog or something and then you tease the dog and you're like I remember that video where the called the Ultimate Dog Tease, where there was like, you'll have to watch it, called Ultimate Dog Tease. It was like a meme back in the day, but yeah. Hello, it's Jeremiah. How you doing? Hello, Mary Jane. Hope you well. But yeah, so many people made tons of money off that stuff. It was, yeah. Now, some people say that it was a taste. I remember someone was saying it was a taste of socialism, but then some might say it's because of capitalism. I would say that it's actually it's like the worst of both. It's the worst of capitalism and socialism. That's what it is. That exposes the worst of this current system that we have, this kind of mishmash of corporatism and socialism. It's like we've got this kind of like as in the capitalism in just the ruthlessness of it all, with the kind of socialist kind of bailout kind of thing with the, you know, it's just all a mess. So some might argue we've never had true socialism or communism, or we've never had true capitalism, because we've always seemed to have this kind of mishmash of things, and it's all done in a way that is designed to make the rich richer, and the mixed messages were absolutely madness. Yeah, like you said with the eat out to help out. So it's like, okay, well, if it's really that bad, then why are we doing that? Isn't that just going to cause a super spread? You're like, and then it's like, and then next minute it's like, remember the whole tier system, where in certain tiers they would have like rule of six, they would have, in some tiers they would have, you know, like say, curfews and shit like that. It's like, the hell? I don't know, just, hello Georgia, how you doing? I hope you're well. I don't care, because I'm not doing any competitions, yeah. Go out, stay in, like, hot fucky, cocky, yeah, no, exactly. Like, they're just trying to toy with you. 1 minute you have your freedoms, and then the next minute you don't. So you're just left wondering what's going to happen. You're left wondering, so when is it going to change, like? Yeah, I mean, it's like, we welcome people of all walks of life, and yeah. Anyway. China has the ultimate system of control of the nations all buying into it. They want it to. They're funding the government they'll come. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that they're kind of. I mean, I remember I was talking with someone that they said they were living in China or something, but they just seem to be quite bought into the system over there, and they were saying, oh, well, they haven't actually done the social credit system, but they've like trialed it out at least anyway. That they're like a testing ground, seeing how they'll respond to it, I guess. You can see it. What do you mean? You can see what? Anyway, I hope everyone's well. So what are you up to today anyway, Lions? Are you going live at all, or? Okay. Thank you, Protein Dog. But it's like they say, follow the science, but then a lot of these people that say follow the science weren't. They were just, you know, like, how are they like following the science? A lot of them, they were just, like they were saying, oh, you know, do all these things because it's proven to be safe and effective or something. But then the data actually comes out later and says otherwise in a lot of cases. So they just end up contradicting themselves. And then they'll be like, oh, but we were just doing whatever we thought was best at the time. Like, they're just trying to gaslight the public, it seems. They're always trying to gaslight the public, aren't they, you know? like they're trying to gaslight people about this whole kind of, like the whole online safety, acting as though it's in the best interest of children and all that and the parents and whatever to, but it's like, but what about all the, like invasion of people's privacy? Is that not a threat? Like oftentimes the solutions that they have are like sort of arguably worse than the actual thing that they're actually trying to protect against. Best way to remove poverty, I would say, like, I think maybe someone like Elon Musk could just write a check, and that's easier said than done. But in an ideal world, science equals naturally, yeah, exactly. Well, that's basically what it is. It's a weakened version of it. Hello, J Biggs. Oh yeah, I saw you on someone else's live. Yeah, I saw you. Thank you for dropping a like. Yeah. Hope you're all having a good day anyway. We've got 16 on TikTok, got 9 on YouTube, so yeah. Yeah, the distribution of wealth is the problem. Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Hello, Miro, that because they're just like, what they'll do is they'll gaslight and say, oh, but we need these super wealthy people because of trickle-down economics. But that doesn't really work, does it? That's Reaganomics, right? Hello, Fritz. I'm from the UK. Where are you from? Miro Slavkika, you okay? Nice to meet you. Like, the trickle-down economics, like, that doesn't really work, though, does it? Reaganomics. If it really works, then wouldn't Reaganomics have really worked that well? I mean, some people might argue that it did, but as far as I'm aware, it didn't really work that well, did it? Good to chat, though. These things need saying. The more they get said, the closer we get to a solution. Yeah, people say that we should stop complaining because... But then, on the other hand, you can see it as like, that, if we don't talk about it, nothing changes. Because I was saying about this, I don't know if you saw my video, but I was talking about this on the video, how there's no point sugarcoating things. It's like, sometimes things there needs to be light shone on things. If we don't shine light on things, then nothing's ever going to change. So it's not about being negative, it's about being pragmatic, it's about being sort of like aware of what's going on. Because by trying to just ignore things, yeah, exactly. If we don't complain, then we don't get heard. But yeah, but we can't just complain. We need proactivity. We need to band together. So people who feel the same way need to come together. They need to, hello, Zero. So I don't know if I've told you about this, Lions. I've been thinking about getting like a sifter or like a giant sieve. This is an idea of something I want to do soon, but thank you for following over. And take it out to the beach and clean up the beaches and see what I can find. Sometimes it's just random bits of plastic, but you can sometimes find coins, you could find jewelry. That might be interesting. See what I can find. I've watched some videos doing that, but it'd be interesting to see what I could find. Yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for the follow, Nova. They call me Mr. Nova. Yeah, do it. It sounds fun. Yeah, it would be. Because the thing with like metal detecting, that could be good as well, but with metal detecting, it's kind of limited because it's, but I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, if you're just looking for like coins and stuff, then that could be a good option as well, but yeah. But the thing with the sifter thing, it'd be a good workout actually, because all that pulling it with all the sand and stuff, that would be a good workout actually, doing that, I reckon. Yeah, if you do that for hours, yeah, you're gonna get a good workout in doing that, you know. Yeah, what you do is you just like sift it through, and then sometimes things will get left behind. Filter the sand out, and it just yeah. Thank you for the follow, Kelly, because I could go out to places like Scarborough or Whitby or wherever's, you know, Bridlington, places like that, really. Because you could get things like sea glass and stuff like that. Have you ever done anything with sea glass? Because I'm thinking about maybe doing some sea glass coasters. Because maybe I could sell that, you know? So that's an idea. What you would do is you would get like coasters, and you put sea glass in it, and then fill it in with grout. So yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. You're doing something good for it as well, yeah. Yeah, you could do it as a group activity, definitely. I don't know who would do that. If there's anyone that lives, if you could maybe like shout it out to anybody, and we could all go out and do it. Because we could take it in turns. Because let's say if somebody's getting kind of tired, then somebody else can help out with it, you know. So you could like, yeah, have like do some litter. They could help get rid of the litter, like the plastic, because we don't want all the plastics in the beaches, do it? It's not good for the environment. So we'd actually be doing something good for the environment. So that would be yeah, like a way of giving something back to the earth, basically trying to clean up the earth, even if it's just a little bit. But if more people got involved in that, then the better, you know. Imagine if 1 million people started doing that. Then I think the beaches and stuff would be a lot cleaner. It'd be hard to say like how much cleaner it would be, but people could make themselves a bit of money in the process. Nice to meet you, Kelly. We're doing just talk about different things on here and stuff, like found it before, it's a great idea. Scavenging is fun. I was actually going to make a video on scavenging. I was going to put like, yeah, so I was going to talk about it in a video, but yeah, thank you for follow user. Start the craze, make it viral. That's the thing. I've seen a few people do it, but the thing is that they'll just show the highlights of it. That's the thing. I want to show it real, like real and raw. I'd do it live and try and get people to get involved in it and stuff. I think it would be good fun. I would just have to go and buy like you can get them on like Amazon and stuff, but we could definitely meet up at some point and do it. We could go out to like whatever beaches that you could do it on, or wherever might have. I guess it would be mostly on like beaches and stuff, but you're not anywhere near the beach really, are you? So yeah, you could do like dumpster diving. You can find all sorts of stuff. Hello, Marty. Marty, how you doing? Okay, well, just, you know, we don't need that, do we? So you could do things like dumpster diving and finding all sorts of stuff. But I'm a bit like, I'd be a bit anxious to do something like that because, I don't know, like, I suppose you just have to get your permissions to do that. If you have to, as long as it doesn't say no dumpster diving, I guess then. Because I watched this channel called Dumpster Diving UK. He also got a channel called Free Gun UK, and they find all sorts of stuff. And he gets a bit pissed off at the people at like these shops and stuff because they're just wasting a whole bunch of shit. You know, they're throwing it out into the dump, and that could most likely would just end up getting into like, you know, landfill or whatever. It's just it's absolutely disgusting how much stuff gets thrown away every day. So by rescuing it, you're actually doing something good. Look, picking locally, I'd be up for a beach comb at some point. Yeah, definitely. It'd be good to live stream. I'm not sure how I would live stream it because I'd have to probably attach the phone or something to the server or something like that. I don't know how I would make it work. I'd have to figure out some way to kind of attach. Maybe I'd have to attach it so I could have it streaming at the same time. I don't know. Or maybe I could have the. I don't know. I'm not sure how I would set it all up, but anyway, because I was thinking, you know, so talking about, I need to do something a bit different, and maybe that's the thing. That's the thing that niche I could get into. We need to take over the services and do ourselves. What do you mean? Oh yeah, I know I am as well, but the problem is that the way I see it, right, as it stands, I just don't feel like people are ready for anarchy. People are just too used to being told what to do, that if we weren't told what to do, then people, because they're not really educated that well, a lot of them, they just kind of, they wouldn't know how to run things. But I think there needs to be more education first. But yeah, go do it, figure it out, and share it. Well, that's the thing. It's all about trial and error, isn't it? You know. I've even heard people finding bits of money on under, for example, vending machines and also in places like amusements, like arcades and stuff. Sometimes people just I mean, that might sound a bit kind of extreme, but you never know. But I've actually heard that they're going to start doing reverse vending machines soon, as in where you would put your empty plastic bottles in it and stuff, and actually get some rebate for it. So people could go and clean up plastic, and maybe that at some point they should already be doing that. That would be a good incentive to get people to do it, but that should be already happening. Why is it not already happening? I mean, because I was thinking maybe that could be a good idea as a way to get people to do some kind of work. Like if say you've got these, people with say they've got some kind of special needs or some kind of disabilities or something like that. That's some way that they could get say paid for finding bits of plastic and cans and different things on the floor and then trading it in. It's yeah, you would need to but it could be used as a way to supplement their income and stuff. But yeah. Anyway, okay, whatever. Yeah, I hope you're all having a good day anyway. Thank you for joining me. It's just there is a lot of solutions out there. But it's just the system doesn't want to do that. Building a PC table. Oh, cool. Hello, AS. How you doing? I hope you're well today. So, what was it going on with your chat the other day, Si? Because I noticed that you had 100 odd people there, but yet hardly anyone talking. We're saying, are people just bots or something? I don't know. Hello, Timothy. How you doing? I hope you're well. No, I don't read the Bible. No, I'm not a Bible person. Hello, Turtle Australia. Hey, mate. Turtle Australia. G'day, mate. Yeah, put another shrimp on the barbie. You'd be like the gold hunters. Oh yeah, that's what I mean with sieving the beaches, finding bits of things. You could maybe find some bits of coins and stuff like that, some jewelry. So you could just pawn it in or something. Hello, corn and cattle. So you could find bits of gold, bits of silver, bits of diamonds, platinum, whatever you name it. You could. Anyway, it's funny you should say that. Why is that, Karima? Say what? Sorry. Anyway, let's have a drink. Hydration is key. Yeah. Say what? Sorry, Karima. What do you mean? Yeah, they are. Once you satisfy the algorithm, they come in. It's all fake to make you chase the carrot. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, it all sounds like a bit of a, what do they call it? Yeah, like dangling the carrot, as you're saying, just give you a sense of, because I've seen that similar thing on TikTok as well, where you're thinking, hang on a minute, how is it, because it once shot up to apparently 400 people watching. It didn't make any sense, because none of them ever stuck by at all. It seemed kind of artificial numbers a lot of the time. So yeah, there's a lot of fakery with the numbers, I think. Yeah, they are ones. Yeah, I just read that. No, what do you mean? T1D66. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Because it said I think you had like 22,000 views on a live or something crazy. But then it's like, how did your subs only go up by like 10? Like, so 22,000 views, but yet a sub increase of 10 out of that? It just doesn't make any sense, does it? It removed my comment, they take 40%. You're on about the, oh, you're on about like I noticed you don't like the monetization thing, but, yeah, because it's just like one of those things, but what am I supposed to do? Because most people wouldn't do it through, say, Patreon or PayPal or something like that. Most people want, if they're going to send money, they seem to want to like have it shown to everybody. Look at me, how much money I'm sending this person. Look at how generous I am. But then YouTube takes a cut of it. So like, a lot of people like to virtue signal, or they might just do it to try and get some attention or whatever, and have everybody see their comment or whatever. And yeah, I do have PayPal. It's just people don't really hardly send money through that. So I don't know. Maybe I should have it in the description or something. Yeah, it's all that you switched on, mate. Yeah, it's just a lot of fake people, like I said, fake supporters. You know what I mean? It's all people trying to either virtue signal or I don't know. I don't know really, but anyway. Okay, Sanjay. What is it with these fake donations as well? When they say donated $100,000, but there is no donation. Like, why do that, I don't know. Okay. So what are your plans for the rest of the day anyway, Si? Where is Sophia? Where's all your guys? It'd be good if some of those would come in here and say hi or something. I did get into a bit of like, not really an argument, but like it felt a little random. Peter, I'm from the UK. I kind of know where you're from. But yeah, like about how there is actually some people who've, they didn't take the conventional cancer treatments, and then they ended up passing away. Now, you could have argued that they could have passed away anyway, but but what I'm saying is that people try and promote certain things as like being this remedy or whatever, but it's like, in my own experience from like other people who've like actually been there, it seems like a lot of crap, a lot of it. Or unique. Like, I want to believe that there is some natural cures out there and remedies and whatever, but I just don't really have much faith in any of it. I feel like there's also a big like money maker for like the alternative health as well. Like, there's a lot of there's a little rabbit hole, but it's like, now, they could be trying to suppress things, I don't know. They'll share, but it's just that there's a lot of claims out there. There's supposed thing called Gerson therapy or whatever, but then haven't people actually, like, become unalived because of it or something? I mean, I remember there was this guy who claimed to have treated his stage 4 skin cancer with Gerson therapy or something. So I remember watching a video, but it's like, well, is he for real though? Foods are preventative. Yeah, I would say that like antioxidants and things like that. Hello Lisa, how you doing? I hope you're well. Good to see you again. Unique URL says, I mean, but I'm talking about with natural remedies is that I would say it's more of a preventative, or at least help to kind of prevent it in a lot of cases. But once you already have it, then I think in a lot of cases people need to kind of look at more kind of conventional treatments, in my opinion, because that's what's been shown to at least work in a lot of cases. And yeah, there is a failure rate of things like chemo and stuff like that, but it can help some people out there. I know that there was somebody there's actually a guy on YouTube called Tyrant Finder UK. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he was covering a lot of the lockdown stuff, and I think he actually did get cancer at one point, and he took chemo for it. So at least for him, it seemed to help him. So yeah. And I think I know someone who went through radiotherapy as well. So there's people who took the conventional stuff and they've pulled through. And I've seen people who took the natural stuff and they haven't. I'm doing fine, thank you, Dean. How are you doing? Hope you're well today. So all I'm saying is, from my own experience and what I've seen of people that I kind of know or know of, that, yeah, it's all about I've heard about the placebo. There's also a thing. Have you heard of the nocebo? That's like the opposite of the placebo. We're just talking about how people will deny conventional cancer treatments because they believe that it's all harmful and that there's better alternative ones or something like that. And I think that that's kind of dangerous to kind of get that deep down the rabbit hole that you don't even trust in that. But that's just how I see it anyway. But yeah, there's the power of the placebo. It does help in some cases where some people, they found like they took a certain medication and then they were sick, but then when they believed that medication was going to work, that they actually felt some benefit. There wasn't from the thing itself, but the belief in it that actually did that. Do you think they will ever find a cure, or they already have one, but only for wealthy? Good question. Yeah, because it's like, if they do have one, then they wouldn't want to release it to the public unless they could benefit from it. There is still hidden treasures in nature, but the pharma industry never let you know them. I don't know what to believe. I've just seen a lot of BS from all the... It's like I've been in a lot of like conspiracy circles and things like that over the years, and people believing in all kinds of crazy stuff, you know? Well, that's the thing, isn't it? So you think about things like cancer research, are they even genuine? Do they even really care about... there might be some people that do, but the people at the top of those charities, do they actually give a damn about finding a cure? And even if they did find a cure, it's only if it benefits the elites and all that. Hello, Vasil. Hope you're well. For all we know, they could have already found one, but only keep it secret, basically. That's the level of cynicism that I have. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of shops with a lot of paid stuff. I wonder now, lol, what you mean? In about like natural remedies or something. What do you mean? Okay, Vasil. Fair level, what do you mean? Oh, the cancer research shops. Oh, yeah. you're on about like, because it's a charity shop, so they're like, what do you mean? Like, they sell stuff, the old charity shops sell stuff to try and contribute to their charity, right? Hello, Thea. So I've heard in some cases they only give about 10% or so of this. I'm not saying that cancer, I don't know how much they give, but I know that they do oftentimes take a lot of the profits, way more than they probably should be. Yeah, they say they care and sell stuff to raise for a cure, but they make a lot of the money. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That yeah, like hello, Aria guest. How you doing? Oh, really fun game zone. So I'm on 2 different platforms at the same time. If you're confused at why I'm talking to different people, but yeah. Dr. Otto Warburg found cures for oh, really? I mean, yeah, I've heard about, some people were saying that if you don't eat sugar, that cancer dies, but then I've also heard that if you have glutamine, that the cancer can feed on that. So they were saying, because people were saying, oh, if you just fast, that can starve cancer, but it's like, well, does that actually work? Because I've heard that cancer can feed on glutamine, which is, so that can get kind of, that could get kind of dangerous, couldn't it, I suppose, because glutamine is an amino acid, so if you're not feeding your body like sugar, then could that mean that your body starts to waste away? Like, if you're not feeding it on glucose, if you say get cancer, then it's like, because your body will then try to use glutamine if you're just fasting, if you're not feeding it any protein or sugar. So I don't know, like, what you would do in that situation, but oxygen, I mean, I've heard about that. I remember there was someone called Dr. Sebi, and there was that whole rabbit hole about him. Have you heard about that? Dr. Sebi, or Sebi, however it's pronounced. And he was like, apparently, like, you know, saying that mucus was the cause of disease or something. I would actually say mucus is more of a symptom. Mucus is produced as a response to inflammation. I would say inflammation and stress is a cause of most diseases, I would actually argue, or at least a contributing cause of it. Now, yeah, genetics play a part, but ultimately it's like inflammation, I would say, is the number one, like heart inflammation, you know, brain inflammation. Like, inflammation leads to things like, you know, oxidative stress and things like that. So that can exacerbate the risk of cancers and things like that. So, yeah, things like inflammation in your gut, that can cause things, yeah, so mucus, I think he has it kind of backwards, the Dr. Sebi, but the thing is, like, was a bit strange how, so he was like this healthy guy, and then he died in jail, 83 years old, pneumonia, apparently. Now, some people were saying that he was took out or something, but is it just that, like, he suddenly started eating shitty food after all that time, and then his body didn't really, wasn't used to it? I don't know, like, I'm trying to, like, play devil's advocate here and sort of, like, maybe he wasn't, you know, like, you know what I mean, unalived deliberately, I don't know, but it was strange though, like, yeah, that he, you know, like, gets put in jail for what he was doing, what he was trying to put out there, and then suddenly they want rid of him, possibly. Who knows? It's like there was that Isaac Cappy thing, that was a whole rabbit hole as well. Hello, Heinz Beans. Like, the Isaac Cappy, that was a strange rabbit hole. because the people started going back to that again with the whole Epstein thing, because he was warning people about all this shit, and then he even said that he wouldn't unalive himself before he supposedly did it. So, you know, it's all very strange stuff. Like, now somebody just said that he was just crazy and that he just ended up like, you know, in the spur of the moment. But I'm like, he literally said he would never do that. So, what is the chances that he would then go and do it? After telling everyone, warning everyone that he would never do that. I mean, I know like people saying, you know, we shouldn't really give a damn about the whole files and all that. So I remember someone was saying about this, that because it's not anything that we can really do anything about. But it's just that there is, it's a pattern, it's how they operate. Yeah. It's all a bit, yeah, it just seems very sick and twisted. Yeah, how you doing, JC or VEX? Yeah, it's a warning to others, so obvious. Yeah, that's the thing. It's almost like they're saying, if you try and speak out, that's what happens to you. Because I was thinking about this. This is a bit of a controversial one. You know the whole like Guy Fawkes thing, right? And he was he was like anti-establishment, right? Now, I'm not saying that what he was gonna do was good. I don't believe in doing any of that stuff, but it was almost like it was put out there to try and kind of as like almost like a warning and also like as a way to celebrate the unaliving of people who are anti-establishment. Yeah, okay, take care, yeah, see you later. Hello Tommy, hope you're well. Oh, that's good then. You got some sun there. Yeah, if it makes sense, it's probably true. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's like, thank you for the light to you, Victor. It's like the whole, you know, it's like I was saying with the Simpsons 9/11 predictions. It's like, well, what is the chances that that was just a coincidence? That they supposedly just predicted so many quite big events, just seemingly coincidental. It's like predictive programming, as they talk about, and it's all very weird, isn't it? Like sometimes they get very eerily similar on some of the things, don't they? Yeah, Guy Fawkes was a psychological story, or it's history. Hang on, holiday. Hang on, I'm getting confused. But if you have to get going, then you take care. But all by design. That's what it feels like. I don't know. Who even knows what really went down anyway? Because as they say, history is written by the winners. So all we get is like a kind of one-sided story about it. But then there's this whole thing about Rome and how they say Rome, about the fall of the Roman Empire, but I would actually argue that it never truly fell, but rather went underground. I don't know if you'd disagree with this, but yeah, it's like, they say a lot of it goes back to Rome, so, like, Rome is one of the, you could say it's like there's like the three pillars. Rome, London, and DC. Rome's the religious capital. London's the Rome is the Vatican now. Well, yeah, it's still like that part of this. It's like just a continuation of that. Basically, there's a lot. I believe a lot of the secret societies operate with that, like with the religious kind of like there's like the thing called the Jesuits and all that, and all that. So funny how there's always more to the story than we're taught about history so much more. Exactly. We only get taught a bit of things, don't we? Like, yeah, when you look deeper into things, it's like someone would tell me about the whole kind of slavery stuff and how that was a one-sided story of that, and how we don't get taught about how it happened in the reverse as well, where black slave owners actually have also enslaved white people. Even the words slave, you know, look that up, you know. Who were the slave owners of the Slavs? Just saying, you know, they had. That's where the whole word came from. Yeah, exactly. Three light traveler. That's the thing, is we're all just being, you know, we're all just gaslit by half truths and. No, I'm jealous. I don't know where it's from. I didn't buy this one. We get all these half truths and just a mixture of just bullshit, basically. It's hard to really know what to believe, isn't it? You just, okay, well, I wasn't there, so either it might not have happened at all, or maybe way more happened than meets the eye. The only humans to survive the impending apocalypse are the children of the catacombs of the Vatican, really. Well, is there like underground tunnels there, do you reckon? I mean, I remember someone was saying about, thank you for lights, near Denver International Airport having a network of tunnels under it, or some secret shit going on there. Has anyone heard about that before? Sometimes true is not the true. What do you mean? In about like half-truths and stuff. Yes, massive library of knowledge. I've heard about like massive galleries and stuff of knowledge that's been hidden away. Thank you for the follow, Nia. Yeah. Yeah, it makes you wonder if there's like networks between, for all we know, they could have friggin', if it goes deep down, they could have like, you know, high-speed tunnels to like friggin' the other side of the world, for example. I mean, that sounds like a crazy kind of theory, but truth is stranger than fiction, right? What if there's, you know, they can just zip through and just kind of pop out at the other side, and they can just, I don't know, it's all, yeah. They might have way better technologies. We just don't know what's going on. Like you said, we're on a need-to-know basis. Yeah, you take care, Si. We're on a need-to-know basis, and we don't need to know. To them, they don't care. They're just kind of, yeah. It's like we're like mushrooms, kept in the dark and fed on bullshit. Hello, Lime Mosquito. Hello, Nia. How you doing? Hope you're well today, everybody. Apparently, there's 22 people on TikTok, but who are they all? Say hello if you're watching. They don't need tunnels. They are literal demons. Oh yeah, true. But I just think there's a lot of things that are going on in secret. But people will laugh at you if you talk about things like secret societies, Illuminati, that kind of stuff, because, you know, that is, you know, that's been clowned on. It's almost like it's social conditioning to clown on, you know, conspiracies or whatever, and make a meme of it. Hello, Emily. But it's literally there in plain sight. On the dollar bill, it's a pyramid with an old CNI at the top. Like, to me, that's like putting it out there about the whole thing of like the old CNI, the enlightened at the top, the hierarchy of like, if you're at the top and you have access to every bit of knowledge. It's kind of like you have access to the Akashic Records or something. Oh yeah, has anyone heard of a thing called the Akashic Records? Because that's like, people claim to be able to access it through like deep meditation or something like that. I don't know what you guys' thoughts on that, or has anyone got any experiences with that? Where they believe that they can access all records of all things that have happened throughout time and throughout the universe. It sounds like a really weird kind of like hippie kind of thing, but I mean, I try to keep an open mind, you know. Who knows what's possible? But I bet that if it is possible, then these elites know about it. Access is power, yeah. Access is power. I don't know, trying to do the Bush impression, I don't know, it's like, yeah, didn't he say that, well, like, no, was it his dad or something, was saying about New World Order or something, like, we're bringing in about a New World Order or something like that. So I guess that's where that whole word New World Order came from. Like, yeah, is it George Bush Sr.? Yeah, the New World Order speech. So you're like, well, what does that actually mean? So that's back in 1990. Anyway, apparently on September the 11th. How spooky is that? Was that done deliberately then or something? I mean, I don't know. So I didn't even know that was literally on September the 11th, 1990. So exactly 11 years before the event. Oh, yeah. Wow. September the 11th, 1990. Did anyone know that? So there was something about Saddam Hussein or something, and invasion of, what's this? Invasion of Kuwait, aiming to justify a US-led international response. So, but yeah, there were people saying that was, like, maybe, I don't know, sometimes things can get taken out of context. Like, things can get kind of, it's like, for example, with the whole moon landings where people are like, oh, look, they look like they're shitting themselves, but then it's like if you look at it in the context, then it's like you can see that it's just been took out of context. I'm about 6'4". Why? How you doing, Raymond? Hello, Pohan. Oh, you're doing six-pack workouts. How's that going? So, 9/11, 11 years after NWO's speech. I mean, I didn't even know that it was on the exact same day, but let's have a look. Let's see what it says about this. Of course, they would just say it's a conspiracy theory. International cooperation following the end of the Cold War and Iraq's invasion of Kuwait. So, well, matching dates, real theories about predictive programming or deep state planning. The 11-year interval lacks documented evidence of a causal link. So it's all a bit strange, isn't it, that happened 11 years exactly after that. That's a bit of a coincidence, to say the least, isn't it? And it was to do with the same thing as well, like the to do with the whole kind of You know, like the whole war on terror kind of stuff. Thank you for the like, Smile. So that is a bit of a, spooky coincidence. Again, we're supposed to just believe everything's a coincidence. I mean, come on. I've heard there was something about the stock market as well, that there was some evidence that the stock market knew that it was going to happen as well. Hello, Syed. How you doing? So that would suggest that they at least knew it was going to happen way back in 1990, potentially. So, fucking hell. What are you saying, Zoran? Hope you're doing well today anyway. There's just a lot of strange coincidences, isn't there? I would say. Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. Oh, it's Ramadan, isn't it? Yeah. We're supposed to just believe everything's a coincidence. But I'm just not buying it, you know? Like the Simpsons predictions and stuff. I mean, come on. A $9 bill with the Twin Towers next to it. 911. What are the chances of that? Like, I just think that is hard to believe that that's just a coincidence. Anyways, everybody okay? Hope you're all well. Nice to meet you all. Keep the chat flowing. Thank you. What do you all want to talk about then? I don't really have much else to... The world is a crazy dark place. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. There's a lot of just stuff going on that we're not supposed to know about. Like I said, we're on a need-to-know basis. And we don't need to know. As far as they're concerned. Do you remember where you were when 9/11 happened? No, I don't. Do you? It reminds me there was a Jimmy Collar joke that was quite dark. Oh no, it was a Princess Diana joke. That was something to do with Princess Diana. I remember it was. There was a dark joke, as you can imagine. Hello, new girl. I'm from the UK. Where are you from? Nice to meet you. Yeah. So, everybody okay? Hello, Reality Pilled. How are you doing today? Are you from Thailand? Alright. But the light of the truth will eventually triumph, and the beasts will be punished. The world will not end unless the... Okay. I don't know. Maybe things are supposed to come out with this age of Aquarius or something. I don't know. That's what some are suggesting, like this, what they call the new age. The age of Aquarius. The age of enlightenment. What's your time? Your time for what, sorry? No, don't say that. Anyway. Oh, sorry, I thought you was meaning something really bad then. Sorry, yeah, you take care then. Yeah, I was a bit worried for a second then. Yeah, we alright, everybody? I don't know, there's just a lot of like evil in this world, isn't there? And yeah. But like I said, just ignoring it might not be the best idea. Hello, Seth. I'm doing fine, thank you. How you doing? Like I said, sometimes you need to shine a light on things. Otherwise, nothing ever changes. Okay, Syed. Anyway, alright, I might get off for a few minutes, guys. So, yeah, I'll be coming back shortly. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Yeah, make sure you follow, subscribe and all that, but I will be back shortly, so take care, I'll see you soon.